Hi all, it's JK here, and this is a post-test drive opinion video on the 2015 Golf R. And there she is in all her glory. I'm going to go over likes and dislikes. I'm going to go over looks, the DSG box, the 4Motion, the throttle, all that jazz. Alright, so looks wise, to me, I like the look. Those wheels are too big. The drive I had was 18 inch and the dealer is trying to sell me 19 inches. If we look into my emails, he emailed me back, and he's quite nice of him to put £5 worth of extras on, which he didn't ask for. Although I did say I was curious, and it comes to 37,915. So about $1 that is. I wouldn't pay that. I'd certainly negotiate the price down, but there's the wheels. He's trying to sell me a 19 inch. In-car app, I mean, I wouldn't bother with that. I've got my iPhone to do me sat nav. Rear view camera, you don't really need it, to be honest. It's like the Type R, it's got a good view of the rear. So, and whatever that is, DCC, dynamic chassis control, 830 quid for what? I don't know what that is. So I won't bother with most of that crap, to be honest. But the look of it, because it's plain looking, you could park that anywhere and you wouldn't be bothered. As long as you keep with the 18 inch wheels, I don't think anyone will touch it. Whereas the EP3 gets quite a lot of attention, particularly now it's getting on and it's becoming it's getting a following. And I worry, even today when I park the car, when I go to London, my friend's house, it's quite a rough area, and I worry that it's going to be, is it going to be okay? It's been okay the last few times, but it's getting more attention. When I drive around in it, I noticed, I did my POV last Saturday, and I noticed all the young lads looking at the car and looking at me driving it. So, you know, as if it was a brand new, you know, whatever. Whereas that is a plain looking car. And when I drove it through the town, it didn't turn heads. And I like that. You know, I don't want people to look and be envious. I want it to be classed as a normal person. Look at the engine. I mean, compared to the EP3 and the FK2 engine, that's boring as hell, that is. So certainly understated the looks are, which I like. Although the engine could have been a lot better, I'm not impressed there. The DSG. Now, if you watched the video that I did, it's the dealer literally, you know, he held my hand and walked me through the whole thing. DSG is completely new to me. In fact, the only automatic I've ever driven is my Land Cruiser. So here you've got an automatic that has two modes. It's got D, which is drive, obviously, and S, which is sport, I'm assuming. The dealer never answered the question. Which means it shifts gear, it stays in the rev range for longer while you're hammering it, and then it changes gear. And then there's the DSG. Now, I googled DSG because I was worried, never driven it before, and I was worried what to expect. And everybody was like, oh, you need more than half an hour test drive, it's a very difficult box. Well, if you watch the video, you see that I literally pull away, and I'm gone. You know, no problems. I'm used to it just like that. So maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I found the DSG enjoyable. It was an experience I've really, really enjoyed. I can compare it to the Ferrari F1 flappy paddle because obviously it's the same idea. It's literally a paddle box. It pisses on it. The 360 Modern's F1 box is absolute bollocks. But this is very crisp. It's quick. I like it. So for me, that would be a must to buy that. It's a nice change. The 4Motion is stonkingly good. It was raining when we took this car out, and if you watch the video, he encourages me to, while in a bend, drop it down a gear and floor it while in the bend. And what happens is, when you do that, you feel the car pushing you around the bend. It's like an arc. You don't think you're going to lose grip. I suppose it'll be like the old GTR 34 where all four wheels turned like that while you're in a tight bend and putting the power down. Obviously that would have been mechanical, but all this is doing is, from what you were saying, the brakes are adjusting the traction as you're flooring it. Wow. To be honest, this car it's such a good car that I'd be seriously tempted to buy one. The 4Motion, brilliant. Now the setup of the car was 18 inch wheels, like I said, DSG box, and it had the same Potenza tyres that came on the EP3, which are now, I think they're RE050s. Back in those days it was RE040, I think, but same tyre basically, same pattern, and I think, and you know, it was just stonkingly good. The grip just never ended. And we went on B roads, and we drove speeds on those B roads that I would never do in a Type R. So the grip it just gives you confidence. Very good car. Another nice feature that I love about the car is downshifting. I think a lot of cars do it now. It drops a pin of fuel into the exhaust and it gives a blip when you drop down. Lovely. A really nice little feature. I love that. And yeah, that's the downshift as well. I really love the downshift. It's just so pleasant. The whole car is a pleasure to drive. And as I say, I'm tempted to buy one. Not to say that the FK2 is crap, Type R. I've got a test drive coming next Thursday. It's Saturday today. This Thursday coming, I've got a test drive in the FK2. But this car, he let me have it for 3 hours. And Honda, they're not letting me have it. They're saying, oh, 30 minutes. Well, bollocks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get lost. And I'm going to drive it properly like I did this car. Otherwise, how are you going to compare? So the Type R FK2 test drive's coming up. Then I'm going to test drive the Mercedes A45 AMG. That'll be this week or next. And I'm going to do the RS3 Sportback as well. So I'm comparing all the cars because these are the best cars. This, the Type R, the Audi, the BMW and the Merc are the 5 best cars at the minute. So I'm test driving all of them. So what I dislike about this car, the sport mode. Now when you hit sport mode, it's everything's quicker, the revs go faster. If you watch my video, at first I'm in DSG mode but not sport mode. Then the dealer then puts it into sport mode for me. The revs go a lot faster, you know, and it gets louder. Brilliant. However, the sound is fake. I googled it and it's a sound bar or something, sound Akbar. And basically what they do is they play a track of what the old V6 R32 sounds like, and they try and make it sound like a V-spec engine. Disappointing that is when you find out it's fake, but you know, I was enjoying the drive, and at the time I didn't think anything of it. I thought, and the dealer was making out it was a genuine Cars sound, so it wasn't. But I think BMW do it as well. Now that the M4 is supercharged rather than a turbocharged, rather than a straight V8, they put a fake sound in to make it sound like a V8. So that's the way things have gone, I suppose. The other thing I don't like about it is long-term costs. I was speaking to the dealer as we're driving, you know, asking him about the battery cost and all that, and he was saying that the battery is a special battery. So it's not a case of going to Halfords and spending 50, 60 quid on a battery. It'll be a special VW battery, which I don't like the sound of. And he was saying it's best to buy a kit that refreshes the battery overnight, so it drains the battery and then recharges it, and that makes the battery last longer. Don't like the sound of that. That sounds more expensive to me. The other thing I didn't like is the DSG clutch. He didn't answer the question of how long does it last. You know, how quickly will it be before you wear the box out and the clutch. He waffled on about a load of bollocks, which dealers do. In other words, anything negative about the car, he wouldn't tell me. So I have a feeling, because it's such a complicated setup, it's a double clutch and there's a gear ready for when you go next, or when you downshift or upshift. So anything that goes wrong with that box, it's going to be a lot of dollar, and I reckon the clutch is going to be very expensive. And another thing is, I reckon this car, I wouldn't be able to take it to my friend down the road who'd sort it out for me. Well, I say he's my friend, he's charged me quite a lot on my Type R clutch job. So yeah, the DSB clutch would be expensive, I'd have thought. So ultimately though, for a short-term own, you know, a couple of years, and I'd buy one. Is it better than the new Type R? I don't know. I'm going to test drive the new Type R next Thursday, as I say, and I'm going to test drive the Mercedes A45 AMG, and I'm going to test drive the RS3, and I'm test driving the BMW. Basically, I'm comparing them all, and I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think is the best. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't seen I really apologise for the camera view. I used my chest plate, and because it was an accompanied test drive, I couldn't use the headrest, so I filmed it best I could. I tried the head thing, didn't work because I'm so big and tall. I tried the window mount, that didn't work, or it looks like it's the best option though. So I'll try a window mount for the Type R video. So yeah, there you go.